It is raining a little bit, but I think the worst of the rain is probably over from Lago Vista viewpoint. I don't know for sure, but let's see what happens. Activate. Alright. Should be good. Oh yeah, see the clouds are clearing up. Alright, so you can see this little guy over here. This is my dash cam, or my cheap dash cam. It's actually rained most since like 8 o'clock this morning, and it's almost 3 now. Alright, I got an OTA update. I didn't catch what was significant about that OTA update. I'm still on FSD 14.2.2.4. One would like to think that maybe they made some update. Oh, they got a dumpster over here today. Huh, how interesting. Okay. So anyway, I mean, I don't know. It's an update. I don't know what it's supposed to do for me.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Boggy Ford Road.
Well, let's not worry about it too much. Alright, I already mentioned
now turn right onto
with playing around, I think I have this dash cam thing figured out. I hope. Knock on wood. It will, it records for 10 minutes, takes a break, does another 10 minutes in a loop style. And they say with a 128 gig mini card or micro card, whatever it is, it should be able to run for 20 hours. So, okay. I mean, Marble Falls isn't that far away. But going to Marble Falls is a chance to, on a little bit slightly longer course, see how it works out. I haven't heard anybody say anything about any upcoming updates. I'm hoping that this .1 update or OTA will clean up a few things without justifying an FSD release. I haven't heard anything from anybody like Dirty Tesla and those guys. I guess I know. Oh, so I was supposed to go. I was going to go to Tesla service and ask them about cleaning the windshield. But when I woke up and it was raining, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go there today. But to be fair to you guys, the other thing is the Olympics are on, so and one of my favorite Winter Olympic sports is the cross country skiing or biathlon, right? No, biathlon's where they shoot the rifles. But I mean, both of them have the same kind of skiing, cross country skiing. So it's always fun to watch them ski in that, and then when they come to the finish and they just crumple to the ground because it was a complete total commitment of energy. Okay. For you, yes, I like watching that. I enjoy that part of the Winter Olympics since I was a kid. And from my perspective, curling is a relatively recent thing. I also like moguls, but now moguls also include tricks. I mean, at least I don't remember the tricks before. Before it was like just doing the moguls was enough of a challenge. Whatever, it's okay. Actually, I like more than that. Okay, you're right. Yeah. Just watching all of them. Usually I wouldn't watch the ice dance or whatever you call that thing. So it is a little bit more fun when your country is competitive at it, right? But whatever. Peace and harmony. It's almost like I need one of those one to several USB-C connectors.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Lomans Ford Road.
I've seen people advertising them. In general, I don't like it, but with two cameras going, then Starlink will plug into the cigarette lighter. Like, okay.
Now turn left onto Lomans Ford Road.
That leaves me with one USB-C connector for anything else. Now I can, so I have a DC to AC inverter that I can plug in, and Starlink will run off AC. It looks dark out that way. I don't know. We'll see. There's more to experimenting to be done, right? Of course, the other part is with all that video, it's not possible to deal with all of it. FSD may be degraded. Poor weather detected. At least it didn't do the dee or whatever it is he used to do. He used to give this alarm. Like, really? I just had to be glancing at the display. It just went away quietly. So, okay. All right, let's get back to long format. All right, welcome back, guys. Long format. Just watching that Bronco go by reminds me of the Slate. The Slate sounds kind of interesting. So the Slate is a small electric pickup. Sorry, I don't remember how far it can go, but the cool thing is you can have pickup that's small but useful. I mean, it sounds pretty good. The price is pretty good. Can you run FSD in it? No, you can't do that kind of stuff, unfortunately. But it sounds, it's like when the Maverick came out, and I saw it like, that looks like it's electric pickup. I mean, small, compact, but it turns out it's a hybrid, but their primary selling point is it's a gas truck, right? If you want four-wheel drive, you have to go gas, complete gas. But it looks like with that truck, they could have put in an option for electric motors. And I think if they had done that, they would have sold them like gang, whatever it is, hand over fist. Right? It would have, although it's selling big time. Right? It's free admission to that thing. Oh, okay.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Farm to Market 1431.
Okay. And the tractor's still there. I can't believe it. I missed a spot back there.
Now turn left onto Farm to Market 1431.
Oh, it's, you know, my daughter sent me a thing about Dairy Queen opening in Lago Vista. I'm like, oh, really? Right? They're saying more about it up in the Boston area than they say here. But when I looked up the address they gave, I mean, it's basically here at the shopping center. I guess they could go into here. And that would probably make sense. Okay. We'll see what happens. Road work ahead. What? Ooh. Head road work. Okay, they're going under the road with something. Doing 43 and 55, what? But he typically doesn't like these curves. FSD, that is. He's like, oh, wait, I don't know where road going. It's kind of rainy, so that makes sense. Definitely cloudy to a large extent. It's been a long time since I've gone running anywhere. speaking of, the long track skating, what was it, 500 meter? Where the American won. At first when I was watching it, I saw that, I think it's Canadian, right? Canadian came out with against the U.S. and I'm like, wait, what? Why don't I watch it? Well, it was another American, not the guy who won. So at first I was like, what's going on? But turns out it's okay. Then in a later heat, there's a guy from the Netherlands who's matched up against the American who eventually won. And I can't imagine the heartbreak knowing that you set your best time ever. It would have been an Olympic record, except the guy you were skating against beat your Olympic record with a new Olympic record, so to speak. As it turns out, gold, silver, and bronze all beat the previous Olympic record. You're like, wow. That's just wow. It's pretty cool, actually. But anyway, the guy from the Netherlands looked like he was pretty heartbroken. Oh, look, we're doing 60 to 55. How unusual. I mean, no, in normal situations, it'd be expected. But we're doing it here on 1431 west of Lago Vista, where we're curving back and forth. Pretty good. Anyway, you feel bad for the Dutch guy, right? Like, man, I feel sorry for you. You put in your absolutely best effort, and any other, so they skate in pairs, right? With any other pairing, he would have beat the competitor a long shot. But because they teamed up with this American guy, I mean, he held it. He was close, but he ended up losing. So, or he got silver. I mean, silver, breaking your previous best record, is pretty good. The thing is, the U.S. guy is relatively young. I'm not sure how young is. Right? He's like 20, something like that. Well, I think skating's a pure, flat-out physical sport. I'm saying that although in the skeleton, the girl from Austria won, or a girl from Austria won, and it turns out she's 41, 42. And in one of the cross skiing things, or whatever it is, I forgot what country she's from. But anyway, she's 41. Like, wow. That's pretty good. Anyway, peace and heart. And yes, it makes it easier to watch the Olympics when your team is doing well. But you do have to appreciate, for those people who just making it into honorable mention, so to speak, is an accomplishment. You got way to go. I mean, it's the highlight of their career. All these guys I'm so afraid of that SUV, they're not worried about me coming out. That's not how it's supposed to work, dudes. Anyway, peace and harmony. We got another week of all this silliness. Oh, speaking of cross country skiing, they had a relay, 7.5K by 4 relay, and the second girl for Sweden. Sweden was kind of favored. The second girl for Sweden. First she fell down, and then she fell down the second time. Maybe it wasn't 2 times, but whatever. One of the times she fell down, she broke her ski. So she had to kind of push along on one ski until she get to an aid station where she'd get a replacement ski. I think it's a coach station, but anyway. So you could see that the girl she's going to exchange with at the waiting at the exchange point, she has this look on her face like, anyway, they still came in silver. Despite falling back so far, they still took silver. So, good for you guys. What? Okay, good for you girls. Whatever it is, that was an awesome effort. The U.S. came in 5th, and I think that's a perennial place for the past few Olympics for the U.S. team. But even that is pretty good. Did they medal? No, but the girl who took the anchor leg, I mean, she had a fall early in the week and had bruised her ribs. So it was difficult for her to breathe. Well, I think, to be fair, I think the U.S. was kind of in 4th, 5th place throughout the whole event. Is that not fair? Maybe they were 3rd at the beginning, something like that? I don't know. They still did well. Just, well, you know, you gotta get gold. Well, yeah, sorry. They raced their hearts out, but 5th place was kind of expected for them, based upon previous experiences. Whatever, peace and harmony. You got to respect the pure effort that they're putting in. Okay? At least that's the way I see it. Oh, so they're about to get in some other stuff for the Olympics that I've already seen this morning. So I didn't feel the need to watch it like a second time. And I do need groceries, so let's go get it done. Plus, they're supposed to have the NBA All-Star game? I don't know. It was America versus the world. Whatever. I guess there are so many people who play for the NBA who come from other countries. I'm guessing that's how it works out. But again, I don't really care about basketball. This is doing pretty good. I'm surprised. Yeehaw. The detect poor weather. I think it's just about time it starts going to normal wiper speed. I would think with snow, most of the oil's been washed off. What? Yeah, but that's only been like 2 weeks ago, right? Something like that. Those are. Somebody asked me, I'd say, this is about a moderate, maybe a light rain. Have FSD, oh my goodness, oh. Well, he's not slowing down, he's just saying it may be degraded. I had no such. plastic comes. Send it back down in front. More of a tar surface. Unless that's what he's learning, right? slow down. I remember when Grandpa, he'd get this FSD maybe degraded, he'd slow down for it. Thinking, I don't know what the point of putting up the message is if it doesn't affect your ability to drive. But maybe they're just taking one step at a time. You're right. I am very happy that he's going along again. The way he's going right now. This is good. Did enter 45 zone. So FSD braked ever so slightly, slow down. I don't know, you really need to go low speed. Seems like you dropped the interval speed. With major brands. Convenience store or convenience store? What they're making, right? Human driver, right turn signal, push him to the outside. We don't need to block the inside lane, especially as we're going to turn right pretty soon. Okay, welcome back guys. We're almost up to 281. Actually, his trip out on 1431 has been pretty smooth. And at least in a fair number of places, +5. Even though it's sprinkling light rain. I'm getting the FSD maybe degraded, but that's anytime he goes into low speed wipe, he's, oh, it must be degraded. If I was setting the wipe speed, it would be lower. What do you want? It's FSD. What? Oh, it's Tesla. Okay, yeah, right. I want a Jeep. We got a Jeep for sale. truck really wants to go. And even after I go by, it still doesn't go. Oh, that car's in this lane. Sure you don't want to go in the other lane? Seems like it'd make more sense to move over. Cold Heart Tree. Oh, Matthew, okay. Matthew 7:23, is that what it is? Oops. Yeah, this pickup's not going to take off. You have a big jolly here. Are you really going to go? Alright, awesome. Oh, let's check the over here. I was going to say it doesn't look crowded. Then I got to see the line waiting in the window, and okay, this is for a number card.
In 1,000 feet, turn
Cinnabon.
left. Now turn
Oh,
left.
there's stops. So we should be able to go after this pickup. There we go. No problems. And then we're going to turn here, right? Good.
In
Good,
500
good.
feet, your destination will be on the right.
We got much water down there in the ditch. Okay. Oh, it's a two-way here.
Now your destination is on the right.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Trips. 39. Backing up while this car just pulled in. Oh, I have a drop on the rear
In
view
500
mirror.
feet,
Rear
turn
view
right onto
camera.
US Highway 281.
Oh, look at this Mercedes. This Mercedes has been customized somewhat. Interesting. All right, everybody's recording. Everybody's happy. Yeehaw! And yes, if you know me, you know that I tend to get a snack when I'm here at Walmart, or any Walmart. So today it's the Little Debbie double doozy. It's not double doozy, but whatever.
In 500 feet, turn right onto US Highway
And
281.
I did take time to buy from the Girl Scouts, support the Girl Scouts. What? I remember a picture of a couple of little girls standing outside of I forgot the name of it is, over there at UT. But with the wind howling,
Now turn right onto
32,
US Highway 281.
something like that degrees, and they're out there selling cookies. So yes, you gotta support Girl Scouts, man. Of course, if you never had a daughter, you don't plan to have a daughter, maybe you don't care. Okay. Are you going to really go for that? All right, I'm kind of surprised. He's accelerating into it too, so okay. So there was a car coming up the road in the lane we're going into, but FSD had the guts to get out there and go. Whereas at other times he hasn't had that fortitude. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Well, he slowed down the wiper speed, but he still has FSD maybe degraded. Curious. Unleaded over here is 257.9. Not really surprised though, right? Got to transport further to get out here.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Farm to Market 1431.
So it's curious, at least to me, the Girl Scouts have 2 new cookie flavors.
Now turn left onto Farm to Market 1431.
And what the mom was saying with the one I bought, that it would taste even better if you microwave it before you eat it. Okay. Sounds like a connoisseur. Place of hope. Nobody's road racing. It's okay. All right, let's switch over, shall we? Welcome back on format. I haven't heard any more about him. That's right. I don't normally follow track and field non-Olympic times. During the Olympics, I'll follow it, but otherwise, not really. once in a while I'll come across a mention of the Oregon series. I'll watch that some. I mean, the work ethic somewhere like that has to put in. Gotta respect it, right? Beachside cabins. Vehicle in my FSD notes. What? Oh, okay, so here it is. The Model Y, that's what they're using for the robotaxi. So they're making some small updates to the Model Y on the production line. So you get some benefit from all that. Whereas the Model 3 is not being used in the robotaxi program, so they're not going back and retrofitting that. So if you're looking for the best vehicle to drive FSD with, it would be the Model Y. Plus the Model Y is easier to get into, right? I've already said it. I mean, I have to kind of lean down, crunch up a little bit to get into my Model 3. But once I'm in my Model 3, I'm happy. When I'm in my Model Y, I hate it because I'm sitting up higher. I don't get the feeling of being closer to the ground, which is something that's important to me. No, you don't have to do that. I'm not saying that at all. It's just what I prefer. I do think there should be some room for preference. You know? And you can see he purposely did it. Whereas you can tell right here, I'm on low beams. Alright, I mean, if I was a cop who saw that, I'd pull you over. The purpose of putting on your high beams trying to blind somebody. Not cool. On the other hand, I get it. I've heard it. Of course, I don't run the company. I've heard multiple say, oh yeah, your lights are so bright. Okay, I'm in a sedan. When you pull up behind me in your pickup, even if you're on low beams, your lights are right in my eyes. But I get it. You didn't make the vehicle. I do think that the experiment with the high beams and the blacking out, if you have matrix lights, where they black out the lights, like, cool, that's awesome. I like that. Refresh Model Y. There's so many of those refresh Model Ys in Central Texas just running around. It's amazing. Model Y in front of us is an older version. You can tell because he has the thing. Well, he has like 2 mouse ears on his back for his taillights. Whereas the refresh, you'll see a red bar across the back. Although I haven't paid attention to what the less expensive ones do now. Because they're going to take away that bar, basically. I mean, it's a red light reflection off the car. My wife quite knows how fast he wants to go. Is that WMD? UVWX. Good. So I did get a fair amount of rain at the house. I mean, was it a lot? No, but it was some. So no need to water anything. So I was looking up, I've been playing with doing a garden of some kind. Oh, 5-gallon buckets. Will that work? Anyway, I'm thinking about, I haven't bought the supplies I need to make this garden thing. But we're thinking on it, working on it. And it suddenly hit me, like, one of my favorite snacks is Chinese broad beans. So I looked it up. Chinese broad beans are actually fava beans, I guess, in the English term, or American, European terms, something like that. So anyway, I looked it up and okay, I can order fava bean seeds. Cool, awesome. And it turns out, well, I'm probably a little late in getting started. I mean, it probably should be planted right now. And I probably won't get to it until the end of February. But anyway, whatever, it's fine. But what struck me is they said the plants would get like 5 feet high. Wait, 5 feet high? How big is the root system on these plants? That's the part I'm kind of wondering about. And since I have deer all over my neighborhood, I checked to see if they're deer resistant or not. Apparently they're not. I think some people were thinking they are, but I can tell you, if basil is supposed to be a deer resistant plant, and they hack that, they're not going to have any problem with the fava bean. And if it grows 5 feet, where am I supposed to put this thing? So I have a little patio in just outside my back door. I can put them out there and try that. Whatever, it's just going to be one of those things. It's going to take some work. So anyway, even if it's going to start late, that's where I'm going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and plant a couple, or maybe 4, I don't know. I don't really know. I need to look it up, see how big they actually get. They used to have whiskey barrels. Used to be they took whiskey barrel, cut in half. You could buy that to plant with. I don't think that would quite work in this case, but that might be worth a shot. I think I started out with how much rain we got today. I think it's over half an inch, maybe a little bit more. No, I don't have a gauge. Doing weather monitoring requires patience and consistency. First of all, I'm not patient. Not really. To some people, I may look patient, but I mean, sometimes you have no choice, right? And consistent, no, I'm not very consistent. Oh yes, I wake up late almost all the time now. And late is after 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. This is, for me it is. I used to get up at like 5. Or 4:30 actually. You get up that early to avoid the traffic going in downtown. And when I was at the bus barn, I was usually the first person in. So usually I'm the one opening the gates and all that stuff. Or I was. So yeah, I had to be there for the earliest bus take off. Well, I think the guy who drove the earliest bus, he didn't particularly care for me. So he must have made the argument, oh no, you have to have a backup. Oh. Because he was one of those type people. He wanted things to go his way. Whatever, piece of art. Everybody has their way, right? For some people, they're just happy not to have responsibility. Because responsibility means you have responsibility. Well, look out for that Toyota. Older Model Y. And it's an older Model Y in front of us, right? Actually, my 2020 Model 3 has a similar treatment to the rear lights. At least as I remember it. It's been a while. It's been not quite a year and a half. That's going to be one of the things that's always going to haunt me. That I gave that car up to get this car. I'm happy to have this car, don't get me wrong. But the other Model 3 was a performance. Whatever, we'll see what happens in the future. I didn't finish that thought, did I? Alright, so it doesn't matter how you got here, but if you want to buy a new car, right? I mean, first of all, I would suggest, can you live with leasing it? I mean, the rate of change in Teslas, I mean, to the unexperienced eye, they look all the same, practically, right? You can't even tell the difference between Model 3 and Model Y. Unless you've been working at it. But anyway, the difference between this car and my old Model 3, there's a lot of differences. So if you buy the car and you're committed to keeping that car, well, you're going to live with compromises. So if you lease it, if you get a 3-year lease, at the end of those 3 years, you'll go out and get a new car, and it'll have all the latest features. Just something to think about. Okay. So the second part is whether you're going to lease or buy, get a Tesla Model Y. Okay? It'll come with AI4. And if you need to have the car now, As far as I can tell right now, at this moment, there's not really reason to worry about AI5. It sounds like AI5 is going to be more about Optimus the robot. I'm not sure if that's quite what was intended to be said, but that's what I heard from Elon, Mr. Musk. Okay, so there you go. And what? Oh, today is Valentine's Day. If you didn't buy your car today, you will not be able to buy FSD. So you'll have to subscribe if you want FSD. Unless you find a used car for sale, not from Tesla, and it has FSD in it. Because right now, I think Tesla takes FSD out when they sell used. Even if it was sold with FSD, they no longer advertise that it may come with FSD. Right? That was the deal with my 2020 Model 3. Was it came with FSD. It was a Model 3 Performance, sure, but it also had FSD. And that's the FSD I use in this car right now because I transferred it. Whatever. Peace and harmony. Somebody's house over there. No, it can't be, can it? Yes, there's a house over there. Huh, okay. So anyway, in my FSD options series, number 4 is buy a brand new Model Y, because you can put FSD. They'll do, when they come out with unsupervised, unless they pull a trick, you'll be able to get FSD unsupervised in that car. And FSD unsupervised is going to be the trick. Of course, who knows? We may have yet another change. But when I bought that Model 3 with FSD in it, the old one, they were talking at that time, they were talking about robo-taxi stuff.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Lomansford Road.
I certainly hope it comes to this car. Okay, good. About the 150 zone. Road work ahead, traffic fines double. There's a sign over there. What does it say? I don't know. No, it doesn't say I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the sign says. I guess it's a possibility. Have a wall built up, they kind of flatten this out.
Now turn right onto
Sorry, I'm
Lomansford
looking
Road.
at the Dairy Queen question. Yeah, it looks like we could probably go. I can't believe that tractor's just sitting there. wonder if it's so old it's not worth saving. But even if it's not worth saving, you still gotta go back and get it because you can't litter. Some people might. That's where it says Travis County on it. Pediatric Medical Clinic. I think that's going to be a Shell station back there on the right. I was about to say, can you imagine if they brought Shell recharge electric chargers or EV chargers? That'd be cool. Although, in what I've looked at, they're pretty pricey. The price per kilowatt hour. Battery. Wait, you're going to use 50% battery? We started with 73. So we use 23%. You're estimating that we will have used 23% battery that trip out there and back. And we are using what to me seems like a pretty high amount of energy. Oh, it's better than 4 miles per kilowatt hour. Right, it's going to be somewhere around 4.4. Oh, I didn't buy canned goods. Oh. $250.9 at the SLR. So regular unleaded is cheaper here than it is in Marble Falls. And we have emissions controls because we're in the attainment area now. Or whatever they call that. Right? If you drive a gas powered car, you have to get an emissions check on the inspection. Cybertruck. And think of it, his headlights are down low, so they're not blinding you. Right? Why do regular pickups have to have their headlights so high? Is it strictly for driving in the dark with no traffic around? As far as I know, I don't have any canned goods.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Boggy Ford Road.
Don't need them. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. 2699.
Now turn right onto Boggy Ford Road.
Why would you buy gas there? It's so expensive. Even going to the SLR will be cheaper. Even if you think you'll use a couple of cups of gas. Oh, it's 9 cents, right? Even if you bought 10 gallons, you only save 90 cents. the other hand, you already heard me like, you know, I wouldn't use solar recharge because it costs so much. I'd have to be pretty desperate to use solar recharge. Now, maybe I just didn't read it well. I don't know. One time I went to one of those stations. They said it was open, but I couldn't
In 1,000
get
feet,
a charge
bear
going.
right onto Boggy Ford Road.
Actually, what I wish Walmart would put one of their Walmart charging stations out there in Marble Falls. I mean,
Now
Cedar
bear right
Park,
onto Boggy Ford
they
Road.
got superchargers. Well, I've only come through town once, or maybe twice, where I'm going like, do I really need to? I'm pondering it. Now, if I do the computation, like, no, I should be able to make it. All right. So basically, I can get 4 miles per kilowatt hour, or it translates to roughly 2.5 to 3 miles per percent. So I just look at how many percent I have and do the computation. I remember coming in from the west, and I'm looking at the cars. His computation is, oh, I can make it. And I'm like, really? I think at the time it was 2 miles per percent was the calculation that I came back with. And actually, we're probably doing just a little bit better than that. But I also knew that, well, if it gets a little tighter, and I think it is, I can still stop in Llano. Because they have a supercharger there in Llano. No, I made it home. I had what, 3 or 4%, something like that. And if you know me, you know I don't like taking that kind of risk. But I also didn't want to have to stop. The trip I took to Lake Jackson, at both the superchargers I stopped at, it was 33 cents per kilowatt hour. Compare that to your EV charging experience if you don't drive a Tesla. Like for America, I think was up around, no, it's just below 40 cents, I think. But Shell recharge was like 60, 70 cents, which is pretty expensive. Now, seeing as a lot of cars nowadays can charge at Tesla superchargers.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto American Drive.
You know, the competition is pricing you out of business.
Now turn left onto American Drive.
Oh, yes. Okay, welcome back, guys.
Turn left onto Santa
Welcome
Rosa
to American Drive. Sorry, I guess I was daydreaming a little bit. Oh, they have a peach tree.
Now turn left onto Santa Rosa Avenue.
That looks pretty nice. All the peach flowers. At least I think it's a peach tree. Well, I have a plum tree. So I was thinking of getting a couple of pear trees. Although they talked about there's a difference between self-fertile and requires a partner. And some of the ones I was looking at required
In
partners.
500 feet, your destination will be
come in the wrong angle with this, but okay.
Now your destination is on the left.
Like the jujube, I don't remember seeing flowers. But I remember seeing some kind of thing there, which is where the fruit came from.